For most seniors, phone bills are not just annoying, they are permanent. Month after month, year after year, a fixed cost that never goes away. On average, Americans over 60 pay between $1,500 and $2,000 every year for phone service, data plans, insurance add-ons, and device upgrades. Over 10 years, that quietly becomes $15,000 to $20,000 just to stay connected. That is why the idea behind the $199 Tesla Pi phone has created so much attention, not because it is a phone, but because it challenges the idea that phone bills are unavoidable. The core claim is simple, but disruptive. A one-time device purchase paired with satellite connectivity that removes the need for traditional carriers. No contracts, no monthly bills, no surprise increases. Under Tesla, this approach fits a familiar pattern. Tesla often enters markets by attacking the recurring cost, not just the product price. Electric cars reduced fuel and maintenance bills. Solar reduced electricity bills. The Pi phone appears aimed at doing the same thing to mobile service. What makes 2026 different is not hype. It is infrastructure. Starlink now operates a dense low Earth orbit satellite network capable of direct-to-device communication. This is no longer theoretical. Emergency connectivity tests, rural coverage pilots, and regulatory approvals are already underway. For seniors, this matters more than for any other group. You are not chasing the latest app. You are not upgrading phones every year. You want reliability, clarity, and predictable costs. A phone that works for calls, messages, medical portals, banking, navigation, and family communication without a monthly bill changes long-term budgeting in a real way. Before we go deeper, if you want calm, clear explanations focused on real-life impact rather than hype, please subscribe my channel so you do not miss the next part. In the next section, we will break down who would actually qualify first, why seniors may be prioritized, and what conditions must be met for this phone to truly eliminate bills for a decade. Who gets the Tesla Pi phone first and why seniors matter? If the Tesla Pi phone truly launches in 2026, not everyone will get access at the same time. That is intentional. Under Tesla, new products rarely roll out to the entire market at once. Early access is typically guided by practical use cases, regulatory readiness, and public benefit. That is where seniors come in from a policy and safety standpoint. Older adults represent one of the strongest justifications for early satellite-based phone access. Seniors rely heavily on reliable communication for medical services, emergency alerts, banking, and family contact. In rural areas especially, cellular coverage gaps can become serious risks. Starlink's direct-to-device connectivity changes that equation. With Starlink, phones are no longer dependent on nearby cell towers. As long as there is a clear view of the sky, basic connectivity becomes available. That includes voice calls, text messages, emergency communication, and low-bandwidth data. For seniors, this is not about faster streaming or social media. It is about always-on reliability. This is why early access could prioritize specific groups, older adults, especially those living alone, people in rural or low-coverage regions, emergency preparedness, and health-focused users and individuals on fixed incomes who benefit most from predictable costs. From Tesla's perspective, this makes sense. A phone designed to eliminate monthly bills must first prove it can deliver essential services reliably, not entertainment features. Seniors provide the clearest, most defensible test case. Under the leadership approach of Elon Musk, Tesla often frames early rollouts around usefulness rather than popularity. Electric vehicles started with high-mileage drivers. Starlink began with remote users. The Pi phone would likely follow the same pattern. That does not mean younger users are excluded. It means access expands after reliability is proven. Before we continue, if this kind of clear, practical breakdown helps you understand what is real versus what is hype, please subscribe my channel so you do not miss the next part. In the next section, we will look at what the Pi phone can realistically do without a carrier, what no phone bills actually covers, and where limitations may still exist. What no phone bills actually means and what it does not. When people hear no phone bills, it is easy to assume unlimited everything. Unlimited streaming. Unlimited high-speed data, unlimited usage with no trade-offs. That is not what the Tesla Pi phone is designed to do. Understanding this clearly is critical, especially for seniors. At its core, the Pi phone's value is essential connectivity without a carrier, not replacing every premium mobile plan feature. Under Tesla, the goal is to remove dependency on traditional telecom networks for everyday needs, using direct-to-device satellite connectivity through Starlink. The Pi phone would realistically support reliable voice calls, text messaging, emergency communication, basic navigation and location services, banking, and medical portals, slow bandwidth data like email and messaging apps. These are the functions that matter most for daily life and safety. What it is not optimized for is constant high bandwidth. Use things like long-form high-definition video streaming, large app downloads, or heavy background data usage would likely be limited or deprioritized on satellite-only connectivity. This is not a flaw. It is a design choice. Satellite networks are most efficient when handling short, essential data bursts rather than continuous heavy loads. That is why the Pi phone is expected to automatically switch to Wi-Fi whenever it is available. At home, at a library, at a hospital, or at a family member's house, normal internet use would still feel familiar. The difference is what happens when Wi-Fi is not available. No carrier dead zones. No dropped emergency calls in rural areas. No reliance on nearby cell towers during outages or disasters. For seniors, this changes the risk equation. You are no longer paying a monthly bill just to maintain access just in case. Connectivity becomes built into the device itself. Under the leadership approach of Elon Musk, Tesla tends to strip systems down to what is essential first, then expand carefully. The Pi phone follows that same logic. It is not trying to compete with flagship smartphones on entertainment. It is trying to eliminate a permanent expense while preserving reliability. In the next part, we will examine battery life, durability, and long-term ownership, and why this phone is being positioned as a device you keep for many years rather than replace every 2. Built to last. Battery, durability, and 10-year ownership. 4. Seniors. The most important feature of the Tesla Pi phone is not the price. It is how long the phone is meant to last. Most smartphones today are designed around short replacement cycles. Batteries degrade quickly. Software updates slow older devices. After 2 or 3 years, users feel pushed to upgrade whether they want to or not. The Pi phone is positioned very differently. Under Tesla, products are typically engineered for longevity rather than rapid replacement. That philosophy appears to carry over directly into the Pi phone concept. Battery life is the first major difference. Instead of prioritizing ultra-thin design or extreme performance, the Pi phone is expected to use a battery chemistry optimized for long cycle life. This means slower degradation over time, more consistent daily capacity, and fewer situations where the phone suddenly cannot hold a charge after a couple of years. For seniors, this matters more than fast charging or peak performance. A phone that reliably lasts all day, every day, for many years is far more valuable than one that charges quickly but ages poorly. Durability is the second pillar. Early information suggests the Pi phone is not being designed as a fragile glass device meant to live inside a case. The focus appears to be on impact resistance, simple construction, and components that tolerate daily use without constant care. Fewer moving parts, less dependence on delicate mechanisms. A device that works whether it is carried in a pocket, a bag, or left on a table. This is especially important for long-term ownership. If the goal is to eliminate phone bills for 10 years, the hardware must support that promise. A phone that needs replacement after 3 years would undermine the entire concept. Software support completes the picture. Rather than pushing constant visual redesigns, the Pi phone is expected to receive updates focused on security, stability, and connectivity. For seniors, this means protection without disruption. The phone continues to work the same way, just more securely. Under the leadership approach of Elon Musk, Tesla often builds products around the idea that ownership should improve over time, not become more frustrating. Electric vehicles gain features through updates. Energy systems become smarter. The Pi phone appears, designed to follow the same path. This long-term mindset is what makes the no phone bills for 10 years idea realistic rather than exaggerated. In the next part, we will look at setup, ease of use, and whether seniors would actually find this phone simpler than today's smartphones, or if there are trade-offs to consider. Setup, ease of use, and the senior reality check. A phone can promise savings, longevity, and reliability, but for seniors, none of that matters if the device is difficult to use. This is where many technology products fail. The Tesla Pi phone is not expected to win by adding more features. It is expected to win by removing friction. Under Tesla, user experience design has increasingly focused on simplification. The same philosophy that reduced buttons in Tesla vehicles now appears aimed at reducing confusion in personal devices. Initial setup is expected to be minimal instead of long carrier activation processes, SIM cards, and store visits. The Pi phone would likely activate automatically through satellite connectivity. Power it on, connect to Wi-Fi if available, sign in once, and the phone works. No contracts, no plan selection. No upsells. For seniors, this removes one of the biggest pain points: dependency on stores and support staff just to get started. Daily use is also expected to feel familiar rather than experimental. Larger text options enabled by default high contrast interface modes, clear call, message, and emergency access, simple navigation paths with fewer nested menus. The goal is not to impress experienced smartphone users. It is to reduce cognitive load for people who just want things to work the same way every day. Voice interaction plays an important role here. Hands-free calling, dictation, and simple voice commands reduce the need for precise touch input. For seniors with arthritis, vision changes, or reduced dexterity, this can make the difference between frustration and comfort. However, there are honest trade-offs. This phone is unlikely to support every app available on major app stores. Some services that rely heavily on constant background data may not function the same way. Seniors who depend on very specific third-party applications should verify compatibility before switching. That does not mean the phone is limited. It means it is focused. Under the leadership approach of Elon Musk, Tesla tends to design products around core use cases rather than edge case customization. The Pi phone reflects that same discipline. For seniors who want reliability, simplicity, and freedom from monthly bills, the Pi phone could feel refreshing. For those who want endless customization and entertainment features, it may feel restrictive. That clarity is a strength, not a weakness. In the final part, we will bring everything together and answer the most important question. Does the Tesla Pi phone actually make sense for seniors over the next 10 years? Does the Tesla Pi phone actually make sense for seniors? After breaking everything down, the real question is not whether the Tesla Pi phone is exciting. It is whether it makes practical sense for seniors over the next 10 years. And the answer depends on expectations. If you're looking for the most powerful smartphone, the widest app ecosystem, or constant high-speed entertainment everywhere you go, this phone is not built for that purpose. But that is not who this device is designed for. The Tesla Pi phone is designed for stability, predictability, and cost control. For seniors on fixed incomes, monthly phone bills are one of those expenses that feel small but never disappear. $80 per month does not sound dramatic until you realize it becomes nearly $10,000 over a decade. Add device upgrades, insurance, and fees, and the total quietly grows even higher. The Pi phone directly targets that problem. One-time device cost. No carrier contract, satellite-based essential connectivity, and hardware designed to last many years, not just 2 or 3. Under Tesla, this mirrors a familiar strategy. Electric vehicles reduced fuel and maintenance costs. Solar reduced energy bills. The Pi phone aims to reduce communication bills for seniors. The benefits are concrete, reliable emergency communication, even outside cellular coverage, consistent calling and messaging without worrying about plan limits, a phone that does not pressure you into constant upgrades and predictable expenses that make budgeting easier year after year. There are trade-offs, and they are important to acknowledge. This phone will not replace a full-featured carrier plan for heavy data users. Some apps may not behave exactly the same. High-bandwidth activities will rely on Wi-Fi rather than satellite connectivity, but for seniors who primarily use their phones for calls, messages, navigation, banking, medical portals, and staying connected with family, those trade-offs may be acceptable. Under the leadership approach of Elon Musk, Tesla tends to focus on removing recurring costs rather than adding luxury. The Pi phone follows that pattern closely. So does it make sense? For seniors who value simplicity, reliability, and long-term savings, the answer is yes. For those who want the latest features and constant upgrades, it may not. That clarity is the real strength of the Pi phone concept. If this series helped you understand what the Tesla Pi phone could realistically offer seniors over the next decade, please subscribe my channel so you do not miss future updates as real announcements and details emerge. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.